Tonight I had the pleasure of viewing Hour of Decision, a play written and directed by Larissa Brewington about Daisy Bates, a figure who played a leading role in the integration of Central Rock High School in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957. I got the pleasure to talk to the cast and director. What inspired you to write this and put on this production about this specific event?
Well, what kind of spurred this is that I was a part of a group called 365 Women in History, and I wanted to write. It's basically women playwrights writing about historical characters, and I had a couple already, so I submitted those, and then I wanted something brand new. So Daisy was on my list because I wrote a show for the Herberger Lunchtime Theater last year called March, and Daisy was the only civilian type woman who spoke during the March on Washington, but she ended up not being in the show. So when I was reading Daisy's bio, there was one paragraph about this woman that came to visit her and threatened her, and I just wanted to expound on that.
Did you feel any pressure at all to portray such an important historical figure to the movement?
I did. I felt a lot of pressure. This was the first role that I've had who's an actual real piece of history. And so I did a lot of research trying to learn about Daisy. I tried to find interviews of her to hear her talk, which I couldn't find many at all. But I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about her, and it was very difficult.
What were the difficulties in portraying a character with such an odious perspective on the world?
Well, being an actor, you just do that kind of thing every now and then. But the most difficult part for me was actually working opposite Erica because she's one of the sweetest people in the world. And at first it was I have not had that much difficulty being a nasty person as I have when I first started working with her. However, as time went on, because of what she gave me, it was actually kind of easy to be ornery to her. That's probably the most difficult part, is knowing that there's another actor, there's a human being inside that person, not just an actor, there's a human.
What was the historical basis behind your character, and how did you approach that?
She was probably a creation of, she was based on history, but there's not a lot of history about her. So Larissa had the grace to fill in those blanks and create this wonderful dynamic between us, which started off again as an intersectional exchange that ended up growing into something a whole lot more because Johnny had seen some things in her life that she was preparing Daisy for. So the shift had to happen because life was happening.